Here's Brody Brazil.
We just got a major update to a story that I've been covering extensively here on the YouTube channel, and that is the damage done to the roof at Tropicana Field after Hurricane Milton passed through in early October. We're about a month removed from that, and today we just got estimates on the cost and ultimate timeline to make the proper repairs to this stadium so that the Rays can continue playing baseball. But let me just say straight away from the top, neither the cost nor the timeline are very encouraging. They don't necessarily make this a more simple, efficient, and easy to understand process. The numbers here actually make me feel even more in question about ultimately what happens here, if the Rays will ever play baseball again at Tropicana Field, if the stadium is going to get fixed, or if essentially it's totaled. I'll get to those numbers in just a second, but here's what we do know already for sure. A $6.5 million cleanup cost that was already approved by the St. Petersburg City Council back on October 31st, Halloween. And what this includes are things to just shore up for the short term, like a temporary internal drainage system that has to be installed, or working on the electrical system in the offices and the concession stands that were all damaged by water and continue to be open and exposed to the elements. They were never designed for that. So all of this and the $6 million cleanup cost, it's to take away the damage done and to waterproof everything so that there is no further damage or cost incurred by everything being exposed to the elements like it currently is. They'll also remove all those pieces of the Teflon fabric roof and the damaged sections of the turf on the field. Now, they've already started this process. It's going to last about 8 weeks, but this is just $6.5 million to clean things up, to tidy things up so that they don't get worse over time. Now that we've understood that, it's time to get to this. The cost of repairs and the timeline, again, are not good. $55.7 million is the estimated cost for everything, including the roof alone, which is about $23.6 million. And they can do this work to have Tropicana Field ready for the 2026 Major League Baseball season. Again, this is reporting from Marc Topkin of the Tampa Bay Times, and the work done by the city of St. Petersburg as they try and sort this out, figure out what's going to be covered by insurance, what won't be, and how to best move forward. But let's dive in and dig into these numbers here real quick. If it were $5 million or $15 million, you'd think there would be a way to figure that out and an easy path to get to a smaller number like that. Or if this could all be done by the start of the 2025 season, it's far less complicated. But now we know two things. This isn't going to be cheap, and the Rays will not play baseball at Tropicana Field in 2025. So there's a lot to sort through with just those two numbers alone, and we'll get to that in a second. But we can also tell you all of this could have been easier if the insurance plan wasn't recently changed. This was reporting by WFTS Television in Tampa Bay, ABC Action News. They recently revealed this. The city of St. Petersburg passed a plan on Thursday, a couple Thursdays ago, to repair Tropicana Field after Hurricane Milton, but it might be more costly than expected. Back in March of this year, St. Petersburg City Council passed a resolution changing the insurance coverage of the ballpark. The decision lowered the maximum amount of money an insurance company would pay for a claim from $100 million to $25 million for wind and flood damage. That decision saved the city $275,000 in annual premiums. Now that we know the estimated cost of about $56 million, and now that we know the old insurance plan used to cover up to $100 million, and now it only covers maybe $25 if they're lucky. You know how the insurance adjusters are. They come out, they take an estimate, they do a bid. Who knows what they'll eventually cover or not? This could have all been covered by insurance and could have been an easy thing to sort out and square away. But now we know there are going to be some costs. Even if insurance covers the maximum amount of $25 million, there's still more than $25 million to square away here, and there didn't have to be. City leaders said that decision back then was made because model predictions showed a major storm would not cause enough damage to warrant the higher premiums, but they didn't know that Hurricane Milton was right around the corner. And so here we are. We know the cost estimate. We know the timeline estimate. Again, this is not cheap and this is not quick. So some things we can take away and some things we now know. Well, the Rays have to play baseball somewhere else for 2025. Are we going to have two major league teams playing in two minor league facilities, the A's in Sacramento and the Tampa Bay Rays potentially in Orlando at the Disney complex, or several other minor league or spring training options in and around Tampa? I know the Yankees have the Steinbrenner complex that's close to Tampa, at least where the Rays Stadium is in St. Pete. And so you'd have to think they'll try and stay as local as they can, but what options make sense? Is this really only a one-year thing? Until they can agree to that cost and the timeline, they haven't started yet. So is this only a one-year thing, a one-year solution? Are they sure somebody's going to pay out the $56 million to make this happen? Where's that going to come from? Hardly, I would think it's from the Rays entirely. I don't think Major League Baseball is going to step in. City leaders in Pinellas County, they're not going to jump in and try and cover this right away. Also, that new stadium, which they're hoping for, that's at best a 2028 thing. And in reality, they don't have the paperwork and the bonds and everything financially squared away to break ground yet. Now, they might soon, but all of this is making life a lot more complicated and kind of getting in the way probably of that even happening. And so we know there's going to be a debate over the $56 million either spent or not for a stadium like Tropicana Field, which is more than 30 years old, and are they going to get 2 more years out of it or not? And it's never been a great venue to begin with. This is like literally a car getting totaled, and you're wondering, should we pay more than the stadium is actually worth to repair the car and pay above the price of it being totaled? Usually when it's totaled, you just don't fix it up. You let it go. You send it off to its eventual demise. I don't know what they're going to do here. I have no clue what the long-term solution is going to be. Now, Major League Baseball said they wanted to figure out the short-term here by Christmas. Well, they've definitely got that now. It's the 12th of November as I'm doing this video. They now know that the Rays have to find a minor league facility or a place to play their games as of today. That needs to happen. So what are the options? What's the best option? They've already been mulling this over, but now they know for sure it needs to happen. And I guess the last point here to make is, what a mess. You're going to have municipalities involved, a city involved, a county involved, a Major League Baseball team involved, Major League Baseball as a business involved. This is going to get even more messy. Again, now that we know this can't happen cheap and this can't happen quick, and there's going to be a lot of debate about the Rays' temporary home and their eventual future home because of this. And I'm not happy to report any of this. Quite honestly, I wish this were a lot more simple. I wish there were an easy fix. I know people still make the comment, well, take the roof off and make it an outdoor stadium. It wasn't built for that. Nothing inside that roof is ready for it to be exposed to the elements. There's no drainage. There's no protection for the electrical system. The scoreboard is not an outdoor scoreboard. They've already got to fix and clean up all that stuff, and they're already working on it. So there is no easy solution here. Wow. What a sight. How long is it going to stay like that? How long is it going to look like that without a roof? How long will the team and city officials take to make a decision on this? I mean, this cost and this estimate, this could sit for a couple weeks, a couple months, and we could get no closer to an ultimate answer of what happens here for the Tampa Bay Rays. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Thank you very much for making it to the end of this video. Thumbs up down below if you would. That'll greatly help me and this video and this channel. And also don't forget, before it ends, while you're down there, make sure that you are already subscribed to this channel. That way I can definitely see you back here next time.